Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a brand new video. Today is Sunday, and if you watched my last vlog then you will know this weekend I actually travelled up country to the Midlands, where I am from, for a funeral. It was a close family member. It was a really lovely service, and I feel like we gave him a really good send-off. So I'm home now. I spent yesterday travelling home, so it took me about 6 hours to get there and 5 hours to get home, and it's also the first time I've driven completely alone, which is quite an achievement. I do feel quite proud of myself for it, but I also feel quite rough today. I felt a little bit ill yesterday, but it didn't surprise me with how busy the day before was. The funeral was the day before yesterday. Yesterday I travelled home, but today I still feel quite rough. I have a bit of a sore throat and I just feel generally a little bit fuzzy, which is making me think it's probably the air in the car, having the heating on the entire way home, and maybe I'm just a little bit run down. But no rest, because I figured out today that I actually have things that I have to get done every single day up until after Christmas now. So it's going to be a very busy couple of weeks, but we knew this. We knew it was going to be a busy month, and there's a few things that I haven't really allocated time for, but I need to just find time to slot things in. So for example, Zach is going away for Christmas, and he is going on the 21st, and we are actually going to Little Harbour on the 19th, which only leaves next weekend to do a little kind of early Christmas morning with Zach. And normally by now I would have pretty much everything wrapped and ready to go. I have barely anything wrapped. Like, this just isn't me. It goes to show just how busy I have been, like busier than usual, especially with Avery going to nursery, because I feel like that just pretty much cancels out 2 whole days of the week. So I really need to get at least Zach's presents wrapped before next weekend. I need to cut the boys' hair so that they're all like ready and nice and looking sharp for Christmas. I like to give them a pre-Christmas haircut every year just so that they look nice, because usually Christmas time lots of photos are taken and whatnot. So those are just kind of the 2 additional things that I want to try and fit into today, along with kind of all of the usual stuff. I've got a pile of dishes that I've got to get done. There is washing all over the radiators. Josh, blessing me, tried his best to kind of keep on top of everything while I was away. But there's washing all over the radiators that I need to fold and actually put away. I've got to get the boys' things ready for school in the morning. Avery also has nursery tomorrow, and we also have a power cut scheduled for tomorrow. Apparently they're doing something to a tree nearby, and because it's near a power line, our power is actually going to be off for 6 hours. So wish me luck trying to keep Avery entertained without technology. That is going to be fun. I should hopefully still have signal on my phone though, so I will try and hotspot the tablet so that at least she's got something to watch. She also has nursery in the afternoon, like I said, so it is only the morning that I need to try and keep her occupied, as well as kind of get things done that I need to get done before she goes to nursery. The training continues this week as well for the feeding tube. They should be all trained up hopefully by the end of the term, and then they'll have a refresher at the beginning of next term in the new year, and that will be good to go. I have my mum coming over tomorrow evening because I'm doing her hair and nails. It will actually be the last time, because I'm not sure if I've actually mentioned this before. I think I may have, but my mum is actually moving away. Do you know, I don't think I have talked about it yet. My mum is moving away in the new year, very soon after the new year actually. I think they leave the first week of January. They're moving back to where we come from, up country, which is where I went this weekend. So yeah, this will actually be the first time I am living in a completely different county to my mum, so that is a little bit daunting, but at the same time I am really happy for her, and it also makes me feel a little bit better because we plan to move to Wales, and it makes me feel as though I'm not leaving her behind, because she will be gone before I will. So it's all going on at the moment. So realistically, I need to stop procrastinating and crack on with the things I need to do. Like I said, today is Sunday, so everyone is home. Oh, actually, just before I do crack on, I got the zips for Avery's vests that I will be making soon, so I will include that in a vlog. That is another thing that I need to try and find time for over the next couple of weeks, is making Avery's next lot of adapted vests. But I also made another little order on Teemu. Reason being, I needed to get another little lunch bag for Eli. He managed to completely trash his, I don't know how, but I don't mind just buying the same one since they're literally less than £2. So I thought I would buy another couple of things since they have a minimum spend of £10 anyway. So I bought a couple of other things on there. I bought a new pair of slippers, which I am really pleased about. Mine, I mean, I can show you, I'm still wearing them, but mine are definitely on the way out now. They're really squished. So I bought a new pair of slippers. I've not cracked these open yet though, because I'm actually saving these to wear when we go to Little Harbour. I thought it'd be really nice to just have a nice new cozy pair of slippers to walk around Little Harbour. I actually really like these. They're quite similar to the ones I've got, just a little bit lighter, but they feel really squishy and soft. I think they were around £6. And then I needed a new eyebrow pencil, so I just found one on Teemu, figured I'd give it a go. I feel like for eyebrow pencil it would have to be really bad for it to not be good. That didn't make sense at all. I feel like it'd be quite difficult to go wrong with an eyebrow pencil. That being said, I have not looked at the colour of this one yet. Hopefully it's not too warm. It's got that really annoying tight plastic packaging on it though, so I'm not going to try and open this just now because that will take me forever. And then the last thing I bought, which I've actually been after for quite a while but just haven't gotten around to buying one, with it being hot chocolate season, I thought it would be a really nice idea to buy one of these little electric milk frothers. So this bit detaches so that you can wash this, and just pops in here. If I can actually get it on, there we go, just pops in there and yeah, froths your milk. It does take 2 AA batteries, which I don't have at the moment, but it's got this little button here which I assume you just push down to turn it on. But yeah, just a little battery operated milk frother, and I just thought it would be nice for hot chocolates to have nice frothy milk. And also Josh is a coffee drinker, so he can have some nice kind of fancier coffees with this as well. I've wanted one of these for quite a while, just never got one, and they were so cheap on Teemu, so I thought why not. I quite like the colours of this one as well, the brown and the white. So that is my little mini Teemu haul, but like I said, I really need to start cracking on and make the most of this Sunday, because yeah, tomorrow's Monday, boys go back to school, Josh goes back to work, so I need to make the most of this time. Morning guys, it's the next day, and turns out I wasn't just run down yesterday. I am sick. I started to feel really ill yesterday evening, and my temperature skyrocketed. It's still high this morning. I also found out that my brother and his family, who I stayed with on Friday night when I was up country, have all tested positive for COVID. So I tested last night and it was negative. I'll be testing again tomorrow. I really hope it's just a cold or the flu and not COVID. If it's COVID, then it really mucks up our plans. We won't be able to go to Little Harbour next week, I don't think. I've already contacted the nursery because Avery was supposed to be going this afternoon. I just think it would be smart of me not to go in with a high temperature. If it was just a cold, I would go in with Avery, but because I've had a high temperature this morning, I think it's smart not to go in. If my temperature goes down and stays down, I'll take her in tomorrow, which they would be fine with. It's a bit annoying because the G-tube training is going on at the moment, so that's a day that they've missed now. It feels like it wasn't that long ago that I was ill, and now I'm ill again. I mean, at least it's now and not over Christmas, but as you guys know, I have got a to-do list longer than me at the moment, and I don't feel like doing any of it, but I'm gonna try my hardest to just carry on as normal today. If I let myself fall behind, then I feel like I'm just gonna end up being really stressed towards the end of the month. So I'm gonna carry on as normal. Avery not going to nursery, at least I can get a few more bits done today. But we have a power cut today. It's supposed to be starting in 10 minutes and it runs all the way until 3 o'clock. So I'm not going to have any power today, so I don't know how much I'm really going to be able to get done without power. And the power has gone. So this is going to be a fun day, isn't it, Bert? Avery has not really been herself either. It's making me wonder if maybe she's got what I've got and it's taking a bit longer for it to come out for her. Her reflux has been quite bad. So it's just very bad luck, isn't it? Hey? Yeah. Anyway, thought we'd open our advent calendars. I have been taking little snippets of the bits that I've been getting in my advent calendar over the last couple of days. So I will insert that footage now. While I was away, Josh didn't do Avery's advent calendar, so we had about 4 books to read when I got home, didn't we? It was actually really sweet yesterday because Eli asked if he could read one of the books to Avery, so he sat and read one of them. I think he read the Turning Red book to Avery, which was really cute. He's a really good reader, so he sat and read that to Avery, and Zach read one to you, didn't he? Zach's reading isn't quite as strong, but I figured it would be good for him to do some reading anyway. Mummy read the last 2. I think we had a Buzz Lightyear book, we had a Finding Nemo, didn't we? And Zach read the Encanto story. Shall we see what story we've got today, Perts? Hey? Let's have a look, see what story we've got today. What number are we on? Number 11. Where's number 11? There's number 11. Let's have a look. What have we got? The best present ever. It's a car story. So this is the book for day number 11. We have a Cars story to read. What's Mummy got in her advent calendar today? Okay. Number 11. Yeah. Number 11. Yeah. We have a lime and bay mini hand cream. So there is today's, I'm not too sure if the camera will focus on it, little mini hand cream. I love the smells of all of the like creams and the body washes in this calendar. They're so nice. Oh, this has got a seal on it. I've been using the little mini body lotion. I can't remember what the scent was, but it's so nice, and I feel like I smell really, really expensive when I use it. So I've really been enjoying, I've really been enjoying the advent calendar so far. Oh, that smells nice. That smells nice. So the rest of today I think is going to consist of me trying to keep this little one happy with no power. I might see if I can try and finish my Christmas wrapping actually, because I'd really like to get that done and out of the way. I made a good dent yesterday. I wrapped most of Avery's, I wrapped all of Zach's. I've got a few more bits for Avery to wrap, and I've still got Marley and Eli's to wrap. I also wrapped kind of all of our other families' gifts yesterday as well. What's the matter? Do you want to watch Mummy do some wrapping? Really? I am also doing my mum's hair and nails this evening. Honestly guys, like I feel rough. I've just checked my temperature again and it has come down. Luckily I took some paracetamol this morning. I feel rough, but I also feel as though I just do not have the luxury to slow down right now. I've got so much to do, and I just feel as though if I don't kind of keep on top of what I need to do, I'm gonna fall behind, and then I'm gonna feel really, really stressed right before Christmas, and I really don't want to feel that way. So I would rather just battle through. I will feel better eventually. Like I said, my temperature has come down, so I feel a little bit more alive than I did first thing this morning. So I think what I'm going to do is just keep dosing myself up on paracetamol and ibuprofen. Try and keep my temperature down. If I can keep my temperature down, then I should feel well enough to function. I am just really keeping my fingers crossed that it is just a cold or the flu and it's not COVID. But like I said, I will take another test tomorrow evening, and we're gonna pray that it's negative, aren't we? When it comes to Avery, there is absolutely no way that I cannot be hands-on with her. We've just kind of come to the conclusion that when we're ill, there's really not a lot that we can do in terms of keeping it away from Avery. We can do, you know, our usual hand hygiene and whatnot, but the likelihood is if we have something, Avery is most likely going to get it. So I'm really hoping that she doesn't get what I've got this bad. Because if she spiked a temperature like I did last night, then she'd probably end up in hospital. We really, really don't want to miss out on our little harbour stay next week, do we? So the presents are all wrapped. We've got a pile here, a pile down there, a pile in there, and then also a pile in here. I am now out of sellotape. I am almost out of wrapping paper, and I haven't actually wrapped the boys' main presents yet. I've wrapped Marley's. Zach and Eli's won't be here until a bit closer to the time, so I'm going to end up having to buy more wrapping paper and more sellotape, which is fine. Those things always come in handy. I think it's going to be time for some more paracetamol for me in a minute, because I'm starting to feel a little bit rough again. I am going to get Avery in her stander now and see how well she'll tolerate it when the TV's not on. She is making a little bit of noise downstairs now, so I think she's probably getting a bit bored, so let's see if she will tolerate her stander. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm ill again at the time that I'm the most busy. Afternoon. I am, oh, she just burped right in my face. I'm still feeling quite rubbish, but I mustered up the strength this morning to get Avery to nursery because, to be honest, I kind of felt really crappy yesterday for not taking her. I felt like I'd, you know, taken that fun time away because she does really enjoy nursery, and I know that she's getting lots of kind of sensory stimulation, and I just didn't like the idea that I took that away from her. I think if she's ill, it's an entirely different story, you know. I don't care then because I know that she needs to rest and she wouldn't have a good time at nursery anyway, but because it was me that was ill, it made me feel quite rubbish, so I mustered up the strength this morning to get her in, which I did, and she had a lovely time. The Avery's one-to-one has now actually been not signed off completely, but for the practical she has been signed off for the feeding tube training. She just needs to do the theory now, and then she'll have a refresher in the new year, and then everything's good to go. I didn't go in today. The nurses obviously observed the feed. I didn't go in just because I wanted there to be a time where I wasn't in there, just to make sure the nurses were fully happy without me interfering and putting extra pressure on the situation. But the nurses said that there was a big difference from the first time she did it to this time today, so that made me feel quite confident. Avery is definitely quite tired now. She's still got the imprints from her glasses on her face. They kind of, these new ones, as much as they kind of stay on her better, they do leave imprints on her face. They don't seem to annoy her or anything, but I think they just fit her a little bit snug because you've got goggle marks, haven't you? Hey? So we went to nursery, and then I had to pop into town afterwards. It got, oh my goodness, I got absolutely drenched, guys. It was tipping it down on the way to nursery this morning, absolutely tipping it down, and I would have been fine with that because my coat kept me somewhat dry, and Avery was perfectly dry under the rain cover. But then 3 cars, not 1, 3 cars decided to drive past me, not move in a little bit, not slow down a little bit, go straight through a puddle and completely splash water all up the side of my legs. My legs were soaked, and bless the receptionist at the nursery. I ended up having a chat with her often, actually, because I'm usually sat out in the office, so she's always there. But she put my coat in the boiler room for me so they would dry by the time I left, just in time for it to start raining again, which is just perfect timing. But yeah, really irritated me. One of them was a truck as well, so you can imagine the kind of wave that it made. So I got drenched. I'm feeling a little bit better today than I was yesterday. I feel a little less feverish, but I still feel quite rubbish. What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? So we popped into town afterwards, like I said, picked up a few bits to see if I can try and show you them while Avery is in my arms. Wrapping paper and sellotape, these are the things that I actually needed. I picked up a couple of picture frames because Avery's nursery photos have arrived, and I'm gonna be putting some of them into frames. What are you doing? What are you doing? Putting them into frames for our parents. And then I actually got a couple of treats from Avery via the nursery. So these are things that she's been doing and making while I've not been in the room. She made a little Christmas decoration. How adorable is that? I love it so much. And obviously, you know, I know that she's not physically making these things, but I know that Avery's one-to-one incorporates a lot of choosing into activities that she does with her. So I know that Avery probably would have had a selection of things to make that with, and she chose what to make it with. So that is really lovely. And then also a little Christmas card, which I haven't actually opened yet. I thought we could open it together. Oh, Pudding. Look at that. That is so sweet. I'm guessing they probably put the pencil in Avery's hand there, and there's just a little scribble. Lots of love from... Is that your name? Did you write your name? It's very good, Pudding. And then this is just some little cutting and sticking that she did today while she was in there today. So again, I know that Avery won't physically be doing this, but she probably did choose everything that's on this sheet of paper. So Avery is definitely coming down with something. I don't know if that she's caught what I've got. At the moment, it's just kind of presenting as a cold. She's a bit snuffly. She's got a bit of a nasty cough. I'm really hoping that it doesn't go any further than that. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed that she doesn't get a fever, because if she does, I feel like it's kind of game over at that point. However, if she does get sick and have a fever and then end up having a fit, I know she'll end up having to go into hospital, then I just really hope and pray that it is this side of our little harbour trip. Because if she went into hospital and then came out, I would have no worry still going to Little Harbour, because at the end of the day, we're surrounded by nurses, we're surrounded by trained professionals, and that would be, you know, the best place apart from home or hospital for her. So I wouldn't be worried about that. But then when we get back from Little Harbour, Christmas is pretty much on top of us. So yeah. Praying for no seizure at all and no high temperature, but if it's going to happen anyway, then hoping it is this side of Little Harbour, so that you don't have to miss out. Hey, Pudding? I don't even know what their kind of policy is. If Avery ended up in hospital, would they still let like one of me or Josh go there with the boys so that they could still experience everything, or because Avery is the service user and she couldn't go, would we not be able to go? I don't know. We'd cross that bridge when we came to it, but let's just hope that this doesn't get any worse. At the moment, I think she is just tired, and she's probably in need of a nap, aren't you? Yeah? Are you in need of a nap? Hey? Yeah, you tired? Hey? Yeah. You sleepy girl. Oh, last night I actually made a start at making Avery's vests. So if you don't follow along, or you're quite new to my channel, just as summer was coming in, I actually had a crack at making some adapted vests for Avery. So I just bought standard vests, or bodysuits, whatever you call them, and sewed zips into them to access her G-tube easier. I like vests that have the button on the crotch. I just think it stops them from riding up. It keeps Avery a little bit more secure, and it covers the G-tube nicely when it's not in use, but then we can still get access to it with the zips. So I bought another lot of zips, and I bought some long sleeve vests in 2 to 3 this time to see her through the winter and the colder months, and I thought I would make her another set, and then I guess it's gonna kind of go where every 6 months I just make her a new batch as she gets bigger, as the weather changes. This time though, I thought I would step up my game a little bit, and I actually ordered a little length of like this broderie anglaise trim. I have already kind of cut it up and hemmed it so that there's no kind of rough edges, and I thought that I would use that as a bit of an overlay over the zip, so that it wasn't just the zip on show. So I made one last night as a little bit of a practice, and this is what it has turned out like. So I'm fairly happy with it, but I did make a few mistakes on this one, and I just wanted to kind of like give myself an idea of how I was going to make them, and I did end up like, I've thought of some changes on what to do with my next one so that it will make it a little bit easier for me. Like for example, it's not quite stitched perfectly here, and also when I was sewing it, I accidentally sewed the front and back together. So I did make a little hole in the back, which I have had to sew up. So I've said to Josh this one is for bedtime, because I don't love it because it's a little bit messy. But like I said, it's given me kind of more idea on what to do next to make the next lot better. I'm a little bit annoyed with myself that I practiced with a white vest. I kind of wish I'd have practiced with the grey vest, because grey goes with less, but I do have another white vest. But yeah, that one will just have to be for kind of undergarment or bedtime. Any time that the vest is going to be on show, we'll have to use one of the other ones, but that's fine. So this little madam has slumped. It looks like she might actually be going to sleep. Avery could probably do with a little bit of a nap now, so I was thinking this afternoon while I'm waiting for the school run, I would try and get these finished, or at least as many of them as I can finished, and then you're good to go for the winter on the best department, aren't you, Pud? Oh, by the way, I got a body wash in my advent calendar this morning. I've had a body wash already, but a different scent, and they are lovely. They just smell so expensive, and I really enjoy using it. I haven't opened Avery's yet today. We'll probably do that later on this evening, because I tend to read the stories when I'm feeding her at night time. I don't know if you just saw what she was doing then. I'm not sure if that picked up on camera, but I noticed it. She's starting to twitch again, which is making me incredibly anxious, because the last time that happened, they just progressed until she was twitching so much that we had to use a breaker med to stop it. Her 24-hour EEG isn't until January, so I know it's not that long away, but not realistically, but ideally, we'd be having it right about now when these things are happening, so we can actually see if they're epileptic or not, but it just never seems to work out that way. So we're just gonna have to see how she goes. We're supposed to be continuing with the Keppra-wean, because we stalled that from the last time she had a seizure, but we just haven't started it again, and now we're thinking it's best to wait until after whatever this is has passed, at least until after Christmas and New Year, and if nothing has happened by then, we'll consider weaning it again. If something has happened by then, we'll consult with her neurologist and see what he thinks is the best course of action. But positive mindset, you're going to be fine, aren't you, Pud? Hey, you're going to be fine. So these are all done now. All I've got left to do is just cut out the hole for the zip. But Avery's awake, by the way. But yeah, they're okay. I'm not 100% happy with them, but I remember thinking the same thing about the last ones, and we're still using them to this day. They're still going strong, so I'm pretty sure these will be fine, and functional too. So that is another job off of the to-do list. I am going to end this vlog here, mainly because I feel rubbish, and I'm forcing myself at this point, and I'm trying so hard to get 2 videos a week out throughout December, before I most likely will take a little bit of a break. Probably not much, but just a little bit of time to kind of catch up with everything. So if my vlogs are just a little bit shorter, maybe a little bit all over the place, that's part of the reason. And then the other reason being I am unwell at the moment, but I am so close to 5,000 subscribers now. I think I have about five more, and we will be at 5,000. So if you are subscribed to my channel, then thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot, and I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for watching this very all over the place vlog. Fingers crossed by the next time I come to you I'll be feeling a little bit better. My plan to pick up the camera next will be over the weekend, because we do have a few festive things planned. We are doing an early Christmas with Zach, because he is actually going away next week. Obviously we're at Little Harbour from Tuesday, so I have some festivities to film, and then also I will film, or I'm hoping to film, at Little Harbour as well. So those will be next week's videos, but I hope you have enjoyed this video, and with that said, I will see you guys in a few days with the next one. Bye guys.